Greetings, my friends. I am Lord Stark, seventh cousin twice removed from old Boromir himself. When I decided to serve on the wall as a member of the Night's Watch, I donned this armor and became forever known as the Man in the Iron Man mask. Proud as I am to serve on the wall, protecting all of Westeros from the mythical creatures of the Northern Wastes, I'm really here for the gossip. All the juiciest bits of gossip come through the wall first, and I'm going to share them with you. This is Stark Raving! It's been a long couple of months since the beheading of Cousin Ned, and the war for the Iron Throne of Westeros has begun in earnest. Let's first check in with the Lannister clan. I turn things over to the magical voice known only as the narrator.
In the capital city of King's Landing, Tyrion Lannister arrives to find Sansa Stark is still a guest of King Joffrey.
God, I hate that little shit.
Joffrey's mother, Cersei, is no less pleased to find out that their father has appointed him the king's hand or advisor for the time being, as Cersei has failed to reign in Joffrey, and they need to consider trading Ned Stark's daughters to Robb Stark to broker peace.
Starks love their children as well. And we have two of them.
One.
One?
Arya, little animal, she disappeared.
Disappeared? What? In a puff of smoke?
Cersei asks Littlefinger, Lord Baelish, to find Arya Stark with his spies, and they not so subtly hint at each other's secrets before Cersei lays down the law to him. Tyrion spends time with his live-in hooker, Shae, while Cersei visits Joffrey, and he pays his mother about as much respect as he does anyone else.
What are you asking?
I'm asking if he fucked other women when he grew tired of you. How many bastards does he have running?
I could watch that all day. In fact,
After that, someone in power orders the city's guards to find and murder all of the late King Robert's bastard children.
I know how we can run everybody out of Rock Ridge. How? We'll kill the firstborn male child in every household.
Too Jewish.
Which will invariably lead them to Gendry and the fugitive Arya.
as one end of the late king's bloodline meets his fate, we check in with the other end. Robert's heir, his brother Stannis.
On Dragonstone Island, Stannis Baratheon is now following a strange woman who proclaims the old gods dead. He pulls a flaming hot sword out of an effigy and is proclaimed their savior. Stannis then prepares a global notice announcing Joffrey's true parentage and his claim to the throne. The elderly priest tries to poison this witch and himself, but she remains unharmed.
The night is dark and full of terrors, old man.
But the fire burns them all away.
And what of the southern continent of Essos? What of the Khaleesi, last of the Targaryens?
The now widowed Khaleesi, Daenerys Targaryen, tries to feed her hatchling dragons. Oh, if only we had some kibbles and bits. Desperate to find a way out of the Red Waste Desert, she sends her brother-in-law and 2 other riders out to try and find a respite for her starving tribe.
And what of my bloodline? What of the Starks of Winterfell?
While Bran Stark tends to the homestead and strange omens, Robb Stark lets Jaime Lannister know the world now knows he's the father of his sister's children, before eventually sending peace terms to the Lannister army. Theon Greyjoy, ward of the Starks, wants to return to his father to gather a navy for their army, while Robb's mother is sent to negotiate an alliance with King Robert's youngest brother, who himself has made a bid for the kingship. Robb's half-brother, Jon Snow, and the rest of the Night's Watch come upon a camp of women in the Northern Wilds.
He marries his daughters, and they give him more daughters. And on it goes.
That's foul.
After angering the master of the house, Jon also ends up pissing off his commander. Dude, watch the hair!
You want to lead one day? We'll learn how to follow.
An interesting series of events, to say the least. But did it enrapture? Did it fascinate? Or did it just waste all our time? Let's take a look at this episode of events that I call The North Remembers.
As this was the first episode of the second season, you can really see how it suffers from too much exposition. We're so busy setting up what's going on right now with the various families and even doing a bit of recapping.
I pissed off the edge of the wall. I slept in a sky cell. I fought with the hill tribes. So many adventures. So much to be thankful for.
That the story never really gets going until the end when the dead king's bastard kids get killed off. If there was one scene that could have been cut for time, I felt it was one between Tyrion and Shay. It didn't really serve any purpose, although watching Peter Dinklage act is one of my favorite things to do on this show. It was just reestablishing that her character was now in the city with him. A throwaway shot of his arrival at the beginning could have been used to establish that. Where I felt most cheated story-wise was when we touched base with Dany and her tribe. At the end of last season, the reveal of the dragons was one of the series' biggest shock moments. I'd like to have spent more time there and seen how she was bonding and caring for the animals, and how the other members of the Dothraki tribe were dealing with them. Instead, they feel a bit brushed under the carpet. As far as new characters go, that mainly falls to Stannis and his group. The priest is played well enough for a one-off character, but the others are so mild. Stannis gives off the impression of being a hard-ass, but the knight and priestess are hard to read. I think it's good that none of them were portrayed as crazy cultists, but at the same time they could have been a little more eccentric. As they appeared, I think they failed to convey that this group was under her sway. Other than that, the acting was impressive, especially Lena Headey, who manages to portray the icy coldness and calculation we see in her son and brother so well. She really wasn't treating this episode as a woman who both has and is losing power.
Overall, this was a case of a bit too much. Too much plot, too much exposition. We never really got to settle in and enjoy these characters. I give The North Remembers 3 severed heads of Sean Bean out of 5. Thank you for joining me, my friends, and I'll see you back here in Westeros for Stark Raving!